I know you people who are probably up in New York or over in California are sitting here and probably knocking your heads against the wall when you're thinking about our rental costs and our housing costs, but it is actually very affordable for rent areas. Leases are very, very affordable compared to most of the country, and we still have all your modern conveniences that you're really looking for in a city. What is the cost of living in Lafayette, Louisiana? If you are considering a move to this area, then I have everything that you need to know before you move here. Everything you need to know about the lifestyle, the cost of living, the housing, and everything so you don't make a mistake in your decision. Hi, my name is Drake Abshire. I am a real estate agent of over 5 years in Lafayette, Louisiana. I specialize in new construction and luxury properties. I am born and raised from this area, and I'm here to tell you guys everything you need to know before you make your decision to move here, or if you already have made that decision, what you should know about the cost of living and your lifestyle here. Let's get into it. The first thing most people actually don't even know is that Lafayette, Louisiana is actually 12% lower than the national average for its cost of living. So many people find it a very desirable area because not only the things that it offers, just like most cities, but it's actually super affordable when it comes to entertainment, your lifestyle, education, and I'm gonna break down all of those costs for you and your family so you know exactly what you're dealing with when you move here. When we look at the stats and the data, what's interesting is compared to the country, our housing is 30% lower than the national average. When it comes to utility costs, the current rate, we are 10% lower than the national average. When it comes to groceries, we are only 1%. So that's pretty spot on for the rest of the country, but the other two are big ones. According to the website bestplaces.net, Lafayette, Louisiana was actually ranked at 90.2% as being a great place to live for our cost of living. The total cost for housing, food, childcare, transportation, all of those things, it says, are 9.8% lower than the US average and also a 0.3% lower than the average for the state of Louisiana. So even within Louisiana, we are actually ranked very well. If you want to live comfortably in Louisiana, you can actually say that the minimum income for someone would be anywhere between $40,000 to about $50,000 would get you enough money to be able to live a pretty comfortable lifestyle here. So let's break down some data one by one, and we're going to talk about each and every one that makes this a great place for its cost of living and why it's a good decision for you. So of course, living in this area, depending on where you're at, is going to always depend on what your cost of living for the housing will be. So for instance, housing, on average, you can see a rent of about $1,200. Now, if you are looking to live in somewhere like the downtown area or more exclusive type neighborhoods that provide a more luxury lifestyle, then you can expect to pay more. But if you are okay with a short drive into town and living out in the country or very far out in the suburbs, you can actually find some places as a one-bedroom apartment as little as $800 a month to rent. Rare, may not be new or in perfect condition, but it is actually possible to find something that low. But if you're looking for something newer, more turnkey, more bedrooms, you can expect to pay about $1,200 and up to find a pretty decent place. Recently, I listed a townhome. It was actually brand new construction and it rented out for $1,625, and it's just a 5 to 8 minute drive outside of the city limits. So if that puts a little bit in perspective of what you can find in this area. I know you people who are probably up in New York or over in California are sitting here and probably knocking your heads against the wall when you're thinking about our rental costs and our housing costs, but it is actually very affordable for rent areas. Leases are very, very affordable compared to most of the country, and we still have all your modern conveniences that you're really looking for in a city. Now, grocery expenses. I know we said we are just slightly below what the national average is, but depending on your budget for your family and how large they are, you can estimate anywhere between about $300 to $500 per month that you'll need for food. Louisiana's economy and food economy has largely been built over the years over not only our different meat markets, but specifically our seafood. We are very known for how delicious and fresh our Gulf seafood tends to be. My personal favorite, of course, is crawfish and shrimp. But I've lived in different parts of the country, and I must say that the South, the Gulf shrimp, have a different taste than the rest of the country. They're sweeter and they have less of a fishy taste. So I've noticed in other countries or on other coasts that to me, shrimp do not taste the same as what I'm used to eating here. But I digress. Some of the local specialties that we're known for with our meats are places like Abshire Specialty Meats. They have all kinds of wonderful treats and different meats that you can expect. So things from crawfish to boudin to seasoned meats, or they're known for their deboned chickens that have stuffed rice and different meats and flavors and vegetables inside. And of course, if it's cold, don't forget to try the gumbo. You'll love it. If you're going out for dinner, you can expect to pay anywhere from $15 to about $25, probably not including gratuity or if you're getting alcohol. Transportation costs. So with gasoline, our cost is actually similar to the rest of the country. I would exclude anywhere like California or any of those expensive places that are known for high gas prices. Ours is pretty spot on with the national average. Something to keep in mind is that here you really do have to drive everywhere. Unless you live downtown, which is not very large and does not have absolutely everything you need, you really don't have a walkability to our city. And our public transit is really behind, I do feel, from a standpoint of using the buses or any type of transit in that way. We have no train systems or anything of that nature. So do expect to have a car, and you will have to drive pretty much anywhere you need to go for work or grocery stores. There's not much walkability unless you pick a place that's right next to something you're going to be using on a daily basis. We are known as having a higher cost of car insurance, so do keep that in mind. It is based on the area and the zip code that you're actually in. So always try to run some quotes to get some exact numbers on what it would cost to have your car. But for me personally, I have a car, it's not too old, and I'm paying about $160 a month on insurance. Next is healthcare expenses. Of course, if you're someone who's sickly or if you are taking care of someone, you're obviously going to care a lot about your healthcare. If you have a family or children, you want to know how well will they be taken care of if anyone gets sick. Our healthcare costs are relatively reasonable compared to the rest of the country. I would say it's pretty spot on for all of your pretty comparable cities in the area. Really, all of your prescriptions, your doctor visits, all of those things you can expect to really just fall within the same amount that healthcare is happening around the country. Just a small fact is Louisiana is not really known as being a healthcare first type city. We're really known for more of our oil and gas, different techs, different kind of financing companies and things of that nature, tourism. We're really not a medical first type community. We have great hospitals here, such as Abshire has really taken over the area. And we also have Our Lady of Lourdes, which is a very popular center. So you do have good healthcare, but as far as the rest of the country, it's not really the top of the line. If you have something that's super specialized or very, very specific in nature, it's probably best you go to New Orleans or Houston for more international top of the line type of care. Education costs. So if you have family or if you have someone in college or you will be attending college, you really want to know what that education costs. Well, our public education is, generally speaking, pretty cool, pretty affordable, same as the rest of the country. Nothing crazy, especially if you're choosing public school. Of course, private schools, charter schools can obviously get much more expensive a month, really can vary in range. But of course, you can opt in or opt out of those types of schools. Public school is obviously your most affordable option. You can find schools on different websites such as niche.com, which will tell you exactly what schools tend to be higher rated in this area according to those websites and according to what others say that send their children there. Entertainment and dining. I would say this is my absolute favorite about living here. We have so many great places to eat. You can know for a fact that most places that stay open, they have to be pretty good because in this area, people tend to be very picky about their restaurants. Only because most of us know how to cook. We come from Cajun culture. We have a strong background in wanting seasonings and flavor. So unless that restaurant really knows how to cook and really add some good flavors in there, it's likely not going to stay open. So you can bet on the fact that you're going to enjoy most of the entertainment and restaurants. And you can bet on the fact that the cost is pretty much comparable to the rest of the country as well. We have very diverse types of dining, which is great too. There are so many little holes in the walls that are great for getting a very simple plate lunch. You can expect to pay maybe somewhere between $10 to $15. Super affordable if it's a lunch or just a quick dinner that you want to grab, maybe some soul food, Cajun food, those types of things. But if you're looking for a more finer dining experience, or you really like great service and a more refined plate, then of course, just like most other cities, you can expect to pay with those chef prices much higher in your typical costs. So somewhere for a dinner time, I would say you're going to spend about $20 to maybe $35, and that's not including if you decide to have any kind of specialty cocktails with your meals. A couple of new things we just had hit the area, which people are super excited on the south side of Lafayette, is we now have Top Golf, we have Dave & Buster's. Those are two very fun entertainment areas. And of course, there are a lot of other tourist type areas that you can check out in this area. Tickets and times to visit those areas are really not expensive to get. It's really how much you put into it. Spending on drinks and food when you're doing these experiences obviously can drive the cost up. So to wrap it up, overall, you can be very excited if you are moving to Lafayette, because the wonderful things that you're getting here is a below average cost of living compared to the national average, compared to the rest of the country. And you get the wonderful hospitality of Southern people. And you get, of course, all of the diverse culture that's here, the wonderful food. And I can almost guarantee that you are going to love living here, especially compared to those prices in other major cities around the country. I am Drake Abshire. I'm a real estate agent. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please let me know what you think, or if you have any other questions about the expenses of the cost of living, leave it in the comments below. Remember to tap that bell, like and subscribe. I would love for you guys to keep up with each and every video that I release every single week. And please, if you're looking to move to this area or sell in this area, please send me a message. You can DM, text me, call me, email me, and I will respond as quickly as I can and try to get you all of the information that you need to make the best decision possible for you and your family. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.